want you guys to know that I speak because I feel I have to. I don't make content because it's fun. I definitely don't do it for clout or money. I do it because something in my soul will not allow me to be silent. Because I see it. I can recognize patterns. Because history leaves fingerprints and they're everywhere. I speak because if I don't, I will have failed the one thing I still trust, my conscience. This is not about one party. And let me be clear before anyone gets defensive. The rot did not start with Trump, and it will not end with Trump. Both political parties have been complicit in stripping rights away from the American people, law by law, regulation by regulation, administration by administration, ever since the New Deal threatened concentrated wealth. Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, different aesthetics, same direction, upward. The Citizens United decision didn't just change politics. It legalized corruption. It declared that corporations are people, money is speech, and elections are markets. Since then, billions in dark money has flooded our systems, not to help voters, to drown them out. You don't get representation when billionaires buy outcomes. You get management. This is why Trump was useful. Trump didn't invent the greed. Definitely did not invent the cruelty. Sure as fuck didn't invent the lies. He just stopped pretending. He said what he had to say to get into office. I'm gonna lower costs. I'm gonna protect all you workers. I'm definitely gonna drain the swamp. And the second he got there, he dropped the act. He's ignored rising prices, launched a tariff war that has so far extracted billions of dollars in extrajudicial taxes from the American people and handed power to the very people he claimed to fight. The only people who support him now are billionaires and the remaining cultists, and even they are peeling away. This is about power, not politics. And this just isn't about the United States. This is about power at all costs. Expansion, extraction, control. Kind of imperial logic most of us have never personally lived through, but our grandparents warned us about. Corporations and billionaires didn't just hollow out the middle class. They designed it that way. Their goal is to not make your life better, and they're not even pretending that anymore. The job myth is dead. Almost no jobs have been added since April, and another data center went up in Delaware. Several massive buildings, billions of dollars to operate. 80 jobs. Yeah, 80. That's not job creation. That's enclosure. These facilities pollute communities, strain power grids, and leave generations breathing the cost. Profits disappear. Upward. This is the future they're building. Fear is contagious. I don't mean to scare people, but so is courage. And I know fear spreads fast. I feel it too. But so does courage. And here's the part they don't want you to understand. There are tens of millions of us who see these masked Gestapo in our streets, abusing, violently shooting, murdering our neighbors. We see them for what they are, for exactly what they are. Too many of us for this to succeed if we stand together. And this is why they're escalating. Trump is desperate. Not because he's losing power, but because he knows what's at stake. Epstein cover-up didn't help. The lies are catching up. The walls are closing in. And the people around him know it. Stephen Miller, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth, war criminal. They are not moderating. They are accelerating. All of them. Because they believe this is their last window of opportunity. Violence is intentional. There were many ways to enforce immigration law. They chose this one. They want the cruelty. They want the fear. They definitely want the spectacle. Because fear disciplines faster than policy ever could. They believe they are protected. They are not. Not by an ailing octogenarian. Not by history. Not by what comes next. This is the timeline, right? They believe they have until the 2026 midterms to lock in permanent control. That's why everything feels rushed. That's why norms are being shredded at this rate. That's why the restraint is gone. This is not politics as usual. And if you think that, you're just not paying attention. What they're really restructuring here is not just the American economy, it's the global one. Subscriptions for everything, car, your home, your access to basic life is what we're heading towards. Renting everything. I think that sounds extreme now. Brings me no joy to say that I'll probably be replaying this video in 6 months to show you. And this is why I'm still speaking. I don't want to scare people, but I want you awake, prepared, connected, clear-eyed. Because the people who aren't paying attention are the ones that will be hurt the most. Because silence right now is the most dangerous luxury we have. So I'm begging you to pay attention. I'm begging you to speak. I'm begging you to stand before that privilege is taken from you. Not later, not when it's convenient. Now. Because fear spreads, but courage does too. And history is listening. I speak now because history will only forgive the frightened if they stop being silent.